Great. Well, thank you for having a video interview with us today.
No, I love interviews. I really do. I'm a little kid of them.
Cool. Well, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Alex?
Um, I'm Alex Benitez. I'm 31. I have a 9-year-old daughter. I work at Tijuana Flats, and in my spare time, I try to work on my novels.
Cool. Cool. What are your novels about? What's your baby at the moment?
Right now, I'm kind of doing this vampire epic. I'm kind of ADHD when it comes to my novels, so like I have like three or four. I try to limit them, but at the moment, I have a huge vampire epic. It's great. It's kind of coming out like a Game of Thrones with vampires. I haven't titled it yet, but that's what keeps me excited right now.
Well, the great thing about a Game of Thrones with vampires is that when the characters die, they can always come back.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Oh
why.
no, what I really like about it, and I think I'm kind of exploring more than other vampire novels, is the dynamic of that they have to get stuff done at night because even though they're all powerful and stuff, if they like go to battle and it lasts until daybreak, they got to bury themselves and then they're pretty much dead because the humans will just rip them right out of the ground.
Cool. Wow, that's pretty neat. Wow. Bring a shovel.
Yeah, so it's very it's very technical, and even though the vampires are all powerful, it's still they still have to think about a lot of stuff and deal with a lot of things.
Cool. Is it set back in time or is it in the modern era?
It's back in time. It's more like a medieval type thing,
Oh yeah. Cool.
but it's its own world. I had to draw maps out for it, and it's becoming very like technical, and I love that because it's like I have to walk around with my map when I write it so that I know I'm getting the lands right and the new areas right and this certain amount of distance to here and I like it because I've proven to myself that I can think of a story and like completely encapsulate it and kind of like outline it completely in my head. But this, I want it to be so big that I can't think of all the story at once. I have to do a little bit at a time, and it slowly grows with me. So it always keeps me engaged.
That's nice. How do you find that you integrate what's going on in your life with your writing projects? Does it have an effect?
Yeah, I think it has to. I think like you can't not have an effect on your life, even if it's subconscious. Um, One thing that I know is definitely just because of how I am, or like just because of my personal experiences. I don't too much want to write romance, but I have romance elements in my book, and every time there's some type of romance, it always ends tragically because I'm single and I don't know how a fully worked out relationship works. So the only way I keep it real is if I have it end tragically. And so I'm going to do that until, find that lucky girl.
Yeah. Or maybe you'll write the romance to have a happy ending, then you'll get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had this where like when you write a character, it obviously comes from you, but after you read it, you start acting more like your character. It's kind of a weird way of reinforcing who you really are.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, and you bring out elements you didn't know you had or elements you thought were buried, and then you kind
Yeah,
of
and
live the character for a while.
so I like that because it really reinforces. I'm very like confident and reinforced in who I am and how I act because I kind of see it vicariously through my characters.
That's cool. How do you find that tendency affected your writing, Kevin Parker in the Irregulars?
Um, I when I at first sight I was like, oh my god, look at this cute little kid. He's like he's not. But I found a lot of similarities. I moved around a lot when I was a little, and at one point I moved back to like a group of friends that I'd known my entire life. But it was still kind of weird because it was like 2 years since I'd seen them, and they were like, "Hey, it's you," but then they talk about like what happened last week, and like it kind of kept me confined, things like that. I think everybody feels a little isolated when they're younger, so especially since he can't speak, I thought that was a lot to draw off of. So I tried to put, when I felt alone and stuff like that and all that into Kevin, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Cool. What did you think about the combination of writing a character with a disability and with a special ability?
I think I think it was a challenge because obviously I can't talk, and through I'd have to communicate to other people through certain means. Um, I love the abilities part. I think my character's abilities was a lot more physical than other people's, so I tried to incorporate that. Like a lot of my chapters have straight up action in it, and like this, while some people's are more passive with like mind and stuff like that. Mine is like body and physical, so I tried to keep it a little more physical.
Why don't you tell our people watching at home what your character's special power was?
My special character, as I like to call it, he's a speed demon type. He's fast and he's acrobatic, so it's very physical, and I like the aspect. I think there are so many places to grow with that, like just how acrobatic can he get and just how fast can he get, and so I plan to grow on that, in the upcoming novels, which I don't plan. I want to keep Kevin Parker until it's all over.
Sounds good. Yeah, we really enjoyed what you brought to the story with regard to Kevin. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wore this Iron Man shirt for you, Tony.
Thank you. That's awesome. I noticed a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find that your interest in comic books or Marvel movies or anything informed your part of the story for the Irregulars?
Yeah, oh, most definitely, because I think I thought of his powers in different ways. In no way is Kevin Parker's powers really original. There's the Flash and Spider-Man in some ways, but like I still think like, okay, well, what's a way they haven't really thought of, and kind of like the part where I have Kevin Parker bend his neck completely back like a contortionist, or the fact that I have Kevin not be able to just run full force into something because he will shatter his bones if he does that. And just thinking a little bit out of the box. I've seen what comic books and stuff have brought to the table already, and so I was trying to think of the next level or make it a little more real. But yeah, I think that added to my love for this novel. Is my love for comics and superheroes. I was just like, Virginia asked me, hey, we thought you'd be perfect for this. I was like, yeah, I love superheroes.
What was your favorite part about working in a collaborative?
It's another way of keeping you engaged. You don't know where the story, once you're done with your chapter, you don't know where the story's going. You might have hopes of where it's going, and when it comes to your turn, you might be able to sneak those in. But a lot of times it's a surprise. You kind of just got to roll with the punches and roll with how other people view your character too, because you're not just writing just your character in each chapter. You're writing other people's stuff too. So it gets very touchy sometimes because people take their character personally.
Yeah, they definitely do. Did you find that you butted heads with any of the other authors about
Yes.
how you wrote your characters?
I did butt heads with other authors, and the thing that I try to realize is that we're all artists. So like when we do our novels, it's all kind of like our baby. So like if there's an issue, I try to be like, hey, this part doesn't work. Do you think we can change it? And a lot of times they'll take it as a personal attack on their writing. I think, you kind of have to be a little bit on eggshells with other artists, but I think it's good because I think together we can make something a lot more than apart. And, if we're all connected, one of us makes it, and that's just good for everybody else.
Definitely. Had you worked on a collaborative before when you came to the Irregulars?
I was part of the CWC. That's how I started knowing Virginia, and so just through there. So I'd worked on a couple of their official things, the Ambition, and what was the other one? Witchborn I'm in. And then I really liked their anthology work, their side stuff, the Grim Keepers and the Twisted Tales and stuff like that. And then I think I did actually your story for Your Hearts Asunder as well.
That was a remarkable story. Did you?
Oh, thank.
Yeah. Did you enjoy working with the theme of Valentine's Day?
I found it kind of like one of the more harder themes, almost even harder than the Easter one, because it's like you want to be original, and with Valentine's Day, it's kind of like, okay, it's going to deal with love. it's a lot more harder to be completely original with Valentine's Day, and I haven't actually read Hearts Asunder yet. I haven't even got a copy, but but I hope that like they all aren't kind of like mine, where it's like they get with somebody and they end up being crazy. In a way, I don't think I really journeyed too much out of the box. I just kind of worked with what I had.
Yeah, well, it's sometimes good to tell something classic too. So.
That's true. Yeah, keep it simple, and because I don't know. Sometimes I do like keeping it simple than trying to be like M. Night Shyamalan with it.
Did you find that Kevin Parker was a remarkably simple character, or was he one of the more outside the box things as it went on?
I think he was very complex, especially in the beginning. He had a lot of hate and inner stuff to deal with that he couldn't really express to anybody because he has problems communicating complex stuff. I didn't know that we were really going to keep this into a sequel, but I think like through my chapter, I kind of had him resolve most of that. So I think like in the upcoming books, he's just kind of be more of like just one of them, just one who's there, and he knows that he cares about these people. And so yeah, I think I did my characters growing in most of the first book. So
you get to really take him out in the sequels and let him.
Yeah, and just have him kind of be like not work through too much. I kind of was trying to have him make a love interest with I forgot her name, but
Jenna.
Yeah, with Jenna, and they kind of I liked Kat because she kind of gave me free reign on that. She's like, yeah, fine, whatever. But I kind of like where it went, at least as far as I've seen is where it went. Is it's kind of up in the air because, like I said, with the whole romance thing, I kind of made it not really work out at the moment, and I like that because it's true to me, so I know it's real, and. Yeah, he's more I would say a complex person, but he's kind of gotten through a lot of those issues.
Do you have any ideas for where you'd like to see Kevin develop for later books?
For one, I'm having me and Virginia actually talked about this. He's not gonna have that clown voice thing anymore. I'm thinking more of like a wristwatch that has more of like an official voice, like a smartwatch type thing. I want to somehow continue to see if Jenna and Kevin get some type of romance, and I really need to read the ending of the Irregulars. I haven't yet, but something I thought would be real cool is I have I don't know if they kept it in, but I had who was the kid. What's his name's?
The time traveler?
Cadence's little brother.
Jeremy.
I had him pretty much prophesize that later he's going to kill Kevin. So I want if I do it again, him kind of be a little hesitant towards interacting with him because he thinks, I don't know if later in life this guy's going to try to kill me.
Yeah, and with someone who time travels, I mean, you might get everything ironed out now, but he could come in from the future, or, God knows where, and do it again. So
yeah, when discussions were coming up about like it was his character. I forgot his name. Jason. Jeremy, but it was written by Jason. He was kind of like hinting maybe I want to get rid of it, and I was like, in a way, I think Jeremy could probably be the most powerful person there. So I kind of was like, it's your character. But I think in a way, he probably end up growing to be the most powerful of all. So that's all I'm thinking. I'm also kind of thinking maybe because there seems to be a lot of psychics that maybe psychics were the first type of regulars to start happening. That's why they're like seem an abundance of psychics. But I don't know. It's everybody's story. So these are just my ideas, and I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? Take it or leave it.
But you did enjoy the idea of coming back after 7 other turns and having to adapt to a whole bunch of different plot points and characterizations.
I'm not too bad at that. It's that whole campfire story thing where you got to continue the story. that doesn't give me too much issue actually. And like I'm really kind of just being like, okay, well, how could I fit my points in? And actually, no, that actually isn't too difficult for me. I think I'm a little bit engineered to do stuff like that, but no, it came naturally.
That's awesome. When you do write, do you have any particular rituals or methods that you use?
I like to, if I have enough time. Collaborative stuff affects this, but if I have time, I like to write it freehand before putting it in a computer. Just for some simple reasons. I mean, I'm not dissing anybody on this, but I don't really want to walk around with a laptop all the time. I have a little composition book, and I just write in that, and then like once that's done, and I can edit it. It doesn't have to be like an official edit it. I can edit it like a little kid, and I know what it means. And so then like from the composition book to the laptop is kind of my rough draft, the first draft. And so that's what I like to do with my personal stories, and if I have time on a collaborative thing. If the story is too complex, I'll outline it. If it's a little more simpler, I won't. This vampire one is taking immense amounts of outlines and family trees and timelines but it's all just to get depending on the story to get everything in, everything to fit correctly.
Do you use any special aids when you write music? Do you when you write for your different roles? Like, do you have different music? Do you have different food or drink that you use? Substance?
In High Tower Black, I used to listen to a lot of Tool. It's not necessary. That's my horror novel, which is still, it's one of my many projects that I'm kind of half doing once in a while. I'll listen to Tool because it's horror. Just listen to Tool. I like to when I'm writing a character, I really like them to be individual. Like some things like Twilight. I think like the characters are very interchangeable. Like this character would have done the exact same thing another character would have done. There's just not that much personality. So a lot of times I'll attribute a word with somebody, like brave. And so when I write him, I think I'll subconsciously have like he's brave, and like his brave tendencies will come out and shine. Same thing with maybe like greed, and then this character is kind of slightly more greedy, and I hope that plays out. People can tell that, and it creates a definite personality.
Yeah. Did you have a word or a mission statement for Kevin Parker?
Meaning like where I wanted to go with him?
Yeah, like when you wrote him, did you use brave, fast, lonely?
This one wasn't so much me tethering a word, but more of an idea that I think he was kind of a metaphor or representation of kind of like being isolated within the group. Because it'd be easy for him to communicate simple things like, hey, I think somebody's coming, you can slap somebody. But to be like, I don't know if this is a certain role and we should be moving over here because of this and that, stuff like that gets hard. So in a way, like, it's like frustration, isolation in the beginning. He feels like he's not really loved, but in the middle of the novel, he does realize that, and he realizes that everybody is his family. Kind of after that, he's a lot more chill. So
I guess he'll need a new word for the sequel.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll start delving into him when he's more happy or level-headed.
That sounds good. If you had one piece of advice for new authors that both have their own novel, their own magnificent opus that they want to get out there and also want to get involved with other people, what would you tell them?
I'd say do it and keep at it. Definitely. How I found the CWC is I just looked up on Craigslist for writing jobs, and it's not a job, it's volunteer, but I still liked where it was coming from. And join up with people. Don't be isolated about writing. Learn from other people. Stuff like that. Writing a book is only half the battle. once it's written, there's an even bigger mountain to climb with marketing and all that. So don't be discouraged. Like if nobody reads it or anything like that, because it's a lot of hard work, and just because you're not selling millions of copies like other books, your book might actually be better.
That's excellent advice. Thanks for joining us today, Alex.
No problem. I loved it.
Glad it worked out.